Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's and last app support for the year 2023. I am Nosipho. I am the help desk consultant, and I'll be the one that will be facilitating today's app support. Just two rules. Please make sure that we're all muted. And should you have any questions, you are more than welcome to unmute yourself and interrupt me. Or you could share a message on the chat box should you have any questions that you may have as we are proceeding with the training. I would like us to give 2 minutes and then we shall start at 12:03 for other users to log in. So if everyone is able to hear me, just to to check now if everyone is able to hear me, please could you do a thumbs up or you share a message on the chat box that everyone is able to hear me. Hi, Julian.
Hello, sir.
Did you have something to share? Okay, I see Nomsa's hand is up. Do you have a question for us, Nomsa? Or were you raising the hand, confirming that you are able to hear me? Julian, I'm going to mute you myself. Please make sure that you do not unmute yourself because the noise of the background is.
Okay.
Thank you, Nomfundo. Thank you, Ruzani. Thank you, Cristiano. Okay. It's now 12:04, and I think we should begin, as we have a lot to share with you for today. Okay. All right. So as you can see on the screen, I have the 3 Grow apps, or the 3 apps that we have available at Grow. The first app is the Giraffe app. That is the app that you are using as the ECD owner. And the second app is the Teacher app, which is the Meerkat app. The third one is the Lion app, and that is the Parental app. So what is nice about the 3 apps is you, as the ECD owner, are the person, or you are the main app user that allows Meerkat app users and Lion app users to gain access. What I mean by that is, once you've added your teachers on your Giraffe app and you have added them as staff, that is only then when they are able to start using the Meerkat app, and parents are able to use the Lion app. And once you make any changes, could it be on learners' details or parents' details, those details will be automatically updated on the Meerkat app and the Lion app. And if you can see, the Giraffe app has more features than the Meerkat app and the Lion app. This is solely because you are the main member, or you are the owner of the center, meaning that you are the only one that is able to see and edit any information that has to do with the school. That is when you are adding a class, when you are updating your profit and loss, where you are recording income that you have received for the month. You are the only one that is able to do that, and you are all the only one that is able to view that information. The same with under my business. You are the only person that's able to do any modifications and view information regarding your center business. When we are coming to the Meerkat app, teachers are there to assist you in a case where you would like to record income. I'm sorry about that, where you would like to record learner attendance, as well as learner assessments. That's where your teachers are able to assist you using the Meerkat app. Teachers as well do have the My Tools feature. That means that they are able to go on the resource center. Maybe there's a parent that needs to enroll a child and you're not at the center. They are able to download the learner enrollment form, and then they could share that document with parents. They also are able to do trainings, online trainings that we have, which are data free, and which is free to use the courses. And then when it comes to parents are able to view the child's details. This entails the child's attendance register, the child's learner assessment progress, the child's fee information, that is the statement, or keeping track on how much do they owe for the fees and how much still needs to be paid. They also do have the My Tools feature, where they could do online trainings that will be best fit with parents. So those are the 3 apps that we have available for both the parents and teachers, and not forgetting yourself as the ECD owner. Okay, so going on the agenda for today's training, the first thing that we're going to do is we want to show you, or we want to illustrate I want you to get to know the Giraffe app for center owners. So we want to do an overview of available features that you could use as the ECD center or the ECD owner. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and then I'll share again. Should anyone have any questions in regards to the 3 apps, please do pop up your questions on the chat box, or you could unmute yourself and ask a question. Okay, so I first wanted to show you this PDF document or this screen that we have available. So what is happening here is this shows you that you as the ECD owner or the Giraffe app is the one-stop shop for you as the ECD owner. So this is where you manage most things in regards with your center. On the app, in regards with admin, you are able to enroll staff and learners. You are able to do staff and learner attendance, as well as assessments. And you are able to do documentation uploads, and you are able to manage your school profile. So should the name of your center change, you are the one that is able to do those changes. So under finance, you can budget, you can do income and expenses, where you are able to track, have you made a profit or have you made a loss? And you are able to do business performance. And as I've said, you are able to do assessments. This is both for staff and learners, and doing your center registration. And then under my tools, which is this feature, you are able to get the teacher's guide. You are able to get policies and procedures and editable templates that you could use in your center. And then you're also able to do the online trainings, which are data free. And there's a nice feature as well that you and the parents are able to engage. That is parent communicator, where you could do parent communicator, and parents are able to view that on the Lion app, as well as the school calendar, in keeping track, should there be any fundraising events, should there be any concerts in the center, parents are able to view that on the parent app using the parent communicator and the school calendar under the Lion app. And as well as doing assessments where parents will be able to view those assessments. So that's where parent engagement comes in. So that's where parent engagement comes in. Please kindly make sure that you are all muted so that the sound doesn't affect other people that are on the session, please. Okay, I've muted the person. So that is, I wanted to show you this on what exactly can you do, or which feature which features can you use on the Giraffe app. So I'm going now to show, I'm going to come back to the different features that we have on the app once we have logged in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unshare again, and I'm going to take you to the steps of getting started with the Giraffe app. If there's any questions, as I've said before, please, this is the time where you could ask your questions and I'm able to answer them. I'm just going to share quickly. Okay, before I share my screen, I would like to answer. There's two questions that have popped in. Melanie is asking, I made an error in putting a child under the incorrect age group. How do I fix that? So I'll just make a note. So you need assistance in moving Elena from one class to the other. I'll show you once we've logged in. And then the next question, Arona Foundation Academy, they're asking, hi, if the learner leaves during the year, can that parent be removed from the Lion app? The answer is, if you remove a learner or you mark a learner as left, the parent will not be able to gain access because that learner is no longer a learner in the center. So to answer your question, the parent, even if the parent logs in, there will be no learner that they're linked to. So there will be no center that will pop up or that will show, or center information that will show on the Lion app. The next one is, how do I add a staff member? What I'm going to do is I'm going to write down your questions. If you do not get to answer your question, what I'll do is after this session, I will be sharing giving back the answers to the WhatsApp groups where I'll be answering your questions. And then Trishana is asking, how do you apply for a child? Do you mean how to enroll a child, or how to enroll a learner? Is that your question? That's part of today's agenda. So I will be showing you how to enroll a learner. And once more again, please let us make sure that we've muted, because the sound, it's not a pleasant sound on the other people that are listening as well to the session. So I'm going to take you now to the steps on how to get started using the Giraffe app. So you are now, this is for someone that has not downloaded the app. So all you do is, so to download the app, you go on Google Play Store. Where the search button is, you're going to type Grow Giraffe. And then that's the app. I already have the app on my phone, so there's no need for me to install it. So I'm just going to open. Okay. So after you've downloaded the app, these are the 3 things that you should do, or you need to do in getting started. So I'm going to log in. And another important factor, when you are creating a password, you need to make sure that you're using a password that you will not forget, and an active email address, where should you forget your password, you are able to use the forgot password feature, and you'll be able to retrieve your password. So this is the home screen. What you'll be getting is your name, the name of your center. If you've got more, so this means that you can have more than one center. let's say you've got a main center and then you've got another branch at a different area, you are able to manage both centers on one app. So I'll select this one. Yeah. So these are the features that I was telling you about. So to get started, you will select My School. You select View School Profile. So under General Info, this is where you are able to check all the center information. If the name of the center has it been recorded correctly. This is where as well you are able to modify the date that your center started. So if your center, what's this one? So to do that, you select the calendar icon. And then you select the year. This will allow you to move from year to year, depending on which year your center was has started. You select the year. So to move back from month to month, you will use this arrow. And then we select the date. So this is where you do the modification. As well, if you scroll up, this is where you set control of, do you want parents to view the learner attendance on their Lion app? Do you want parents to view payments on the Lion app? And do you want parents to view learner assessments? Very important. If you want your parents to view learner assessments on their Lion app, and you've got parents that are using the Lion app, this is where you do the modification, because this should be left on. Should it be on off, it means that parents will not be able to view the learner assessment on the Lion app. So I'll leave it on. Where it says caregiver access, this means that, are you allowing your teachers in the center to view parents' contact information? So if you do not want teachers to be able to have access to parents' contact number, please leave it on off. And then once you've done any modification, don't forget to save, so that whatever changes you have applied, they shall be updated successfully. So once you click save, you'll get this pop-up window that's confirming that the details has been updated successfully. Then you'll select close. So under government.
Tariq,
Yes, Lynn. Hello.
Tariq,
Did you have a question? So under government compliance, this is where you are able to edit, or this is where you're able to update your center registration status. So if your center, for example, so you select where it says DSD registration, and then you get these options where you are able to choose, is your center registered, not registered, or is it conditionally registered, or has the application expired, or I'll just select, I've submitted my application, so I'm not sure as yet. So once you've done that, also save, so that those changes are updated, and then you get the pop-up window. And then the last thing under My School, it's operation and financials. This is where you set how much am I going to charge for my fees in my center, depending on the learner's age group. So you select financials and over there. So this is where you do the changes. This is where as well you will change how much are you going to charge for fees in the year 2024. And as you can see, my fees has been this amount for this year, which is 2023. So if I'm increasing my fees for next year, Let's say I'll charge 1,200 for that specific age group. And then under effective date, so you select the calendar icon. So I'm going to say, as of year 2024, I'm charging 1,200 Rand from that specific age group. So I'll select the 1st of Jan 2024, and then I'll select OK. So this is something that you will do. It's either you're going to do it close to the end of December or beginning of the year 2024, so that you have set everything up for your fees, how much you're going to charge. This is for someone that has already captured how much are they going to charge for fees depending on the age group. And for someone that hasn't, this is where you record, or this is where you add how much are you charging for school fees depending on the learner's age group. So so after you've done that, again, you need to make sure that you have saved. And then you get the pop-up window confirming that you have successfully updated your financials. So I've shown you now how to check if the name of the center was recorded correctly, how to update your center registration status, and how to add your fees depending on the learner's age group. So now I'm going to take you on how to add a class, so that what you have done now, under my school, I said there's 3 things to do when you're getting started with the Giraffe app. That was 1. Making sure that all the information is recorded under my school and under View School profile. So now the second thing to do is add a class. So again, adding a class, you're going to get under my school, and then you select where it says add a class. And then all you do is you're going to type the name of the class. I'll just say class. And then you select next. Then you select next, and then it will give you this confirmation window to confirm you are adding a new class and the name of the class, and then you select confirm. That is how you add a class. If you are going to add more than 1 class, you select add another class, but if you're done, you select close. So another thing that I would like to show you, how to update a class, coming back to the question that we had on how to move a learner from one class to the other. So to do that, you select update class. You will select the class where this learner is, and you select next. And then you have got an option of moving the entire class from one class to the other, or you are moving a learner as today's question. So I'm going to move learners. You then select the learner or the learner, the learners or the learner that you would like to move. And then you select next. You will then select the class that you would like to add these learners on. And then you select next. You're gonna get a confirmation window to confirm that you're moving 2 learners from class 1 to the other class. If that's correct, you will then select confirm. And then you would have successfully updated your class, or you would have moved the learner successfully. So that is how you move a learner. Sorry about that. That is how you move a learner from one class to the other. So I hope I've answered the person that asked how do you move a learner from one class to the other. I also want to show you, okay, we'll come to that. So now we have completed on adding a class and updating a class where you're moving a learner from one class to the other. Let us now go on how do we enroll a learner. So I'll just select the home screen. So to enroll a learner, it's a 5-step process. To do that, you will select My Learners. You will then select Enroll Learner. As I've said, it's a 5-step process, and every field that is marked with a red star, it is compulsory that you make sure that you have recorded that information, as you will not be able to enroll the learner successfully. So let's add a learner. And then you select if the learner is male or female, and then to do the to edit the learner's date of birth, again, you're going to select the calendar icon. And then you are going to select the year. Then you are able to choose which year that the learner was born. And then using the arrow to move from month to month and selecting the date, and then click OK. If you do not have the learner's ID number, you can always come back and change that information or edit. And again, with learners that are not South African, this is where you will add the passport number. So under ID number, on a South African learner, this is where you will record the ID number, and this is where you record the passport number. And then you select the country of birth, the race type, and then you're going to add the address. Automatically, the city and the province will be auto-populated because of you have already created an account, and the city and province will be the same. And then you select next. So on the second step, this is where you record parents' information. So the learner's relationship, under contact number, it's very important that you add a contact number that the parent is using, and on the email address, because these will be the credentials that they will use when they log in on the Lion app, sorry. So the same with teachers. Teachers, to log in, they use the email address and the cell phone number. And these are the recorded email address and cell phone numbers, the one that you had recorded when you were enrolling them. So also you need to make sure that when you are enrolling a teacher nor a parent, you are using a unique email address. So you can't use, let's say a teacher doesn't have an email address, doesn't have an email account. You can't use your email address and then use the teacher's cell phone number. So it needs to be a new email address, not an email address that we have already on the system. If the learner's address is the same as the parent, you click where it says same address as learner, and then the address will be auto-populated, and then you select next. Under step 3, this is the medical information, where you add the doctor's information, the number, the contact number, and any allergies that the learner may have. If you do not have that information as yet, you can always come back and edit. So I'll select next. So as you can see, automatically, this learner has been grouped on the 0 to 2-year-old group because of the date of birth that I had added when I was adding the date of birth when I'm enrolling them. And you can see there at the bottom, the school fees has been automatically added because I had already added how much am I going to charge for fees depending on the learner's age group. And you can see before I had 950, and now I have I then changed it from 950 to 1,200, and you can see now the app is picking up the recent fee amount. So that's why I said this is something that you need to do close to the end of the year, December, or you could do it beginning of the year as you are starting your year 2024, because maybe I may have school fees that I still need to record for December. So this is a change that you will do once you have done recording fees for the year, and then you can set how much are you going to charge for fees for the following year. So all I need to do now, I need to just assign a class for this learner, and then I'll select next. Before I select next, if for some reason for this specific learner, I'm going to charge a different amount than what I charge the other learners in my center, this is where as well you change. Because when you are setting how much you're going to charge per fees, depending on the learner's age group, that was for all the learners in that specific age group. So for this one, I'm going to charge an amount that's more because this learner is going to stay with me during the week. The mother works different shifts, so she can't look after the learner. She will only be able to take the learner on Fridays, and then the learner comes back on Mondays or Sundays. So I'm charging for this learner more than all the other learners that are in this age group. So all you do is this is editable. So you just click and then you change. I'll just make it 2.5. And then you select next. So watch what happens. You get a pop-up window that's giving you caution. You have entered a fee higher than the standard fee. Please click on confirm to continue or change the fee as required. So I'm going to leave it at the 2.5 because I know I've got an agreement with the parent, and then I'll select yes. And then the final step, it's the learner enrollment form. This is where you can check, is the information that you have recorded, have you recorded correctly? There at the bottom, it says, I have received and completed a signed enrollment form. Enrollment forms you'll get under resources, under forms and templates. So if you do not have the hard copy from the parent that's signed, then you leave it like that. But if you have received the enrollment form, you just click on the box, and then it will appear green, the green tick, and then you select confirm. And then your learner would have been successfully enrolled. So each and every time now, when you are recording fees for this learner, the standard amount of 2,500 will pop up on the screen than other learners, which will be 1,200. So that is about it on enrolling a learner. So that was the last step, which is the third step, where you are enrolling your learners. Is there anyone that has any questions? Because I would like to answer questions that we have. Okay, before we go on the other questions on the chat box, someone did ask, how do I add a staff? So I'll just click there on home. So to add a staff member, you click on my staff, and then you click on register staff. So the application form or the form on adding a staff member, it's a 3-step process, but I'm not going to add a staff member. I just want to show you something. So under staff position, I want to show you that when you're adding staff members, it's not limiting you that you only add your teachers. You add everyone that you have employed in the center. Even your interns that you may have on the center, this is where you add them. So as you can see, you'll be able to choose the position that this person that you're adding will be the position that they'll be doing. So maybe a principal, assistant teacher, gardener, cook, cleaner, or the intern. So this is how, or this is where you add a staff member. Okay. So now coming back to your questions, Pumla asked, how do we charge? Is there a standard way, or you just charge? There isn't any standard way, Pumla. You will charge depending on, you charge depending on your center, but there is a certain formula that it's not a formula that you need to follow, but it's an advisable formula. I will share that formula on the groups on how to charge school fees depending on the number of learners that you have in your center, and like depending on the income that you will receive in the center and the expenses. But I'll share that formula on the WhatsApp groups. Then the next question is, if I'm the only one with the app on my phone, how many teachers access to it? So remember, you as the ECD owner, you use the Giraffe app. So your teachers will use the Meerkat app. So each teacher needs to have their app on their phones. I'm not sure if I've answered you. And if your teachers do not have Meerkat app, they won't be able to access it. And then the question is, can you also download the app on my laptop so my teachers can access? The answer is no. All Grow apps, it's a mobile phone app, so you can't use it on the laptop or a desktop. So you can't use the laptop on the apps on the laptops. And then Jillian is asking, in a case where the parent doesn't have an email or a phone, how do we go from there? In that case, you have to make any communications with parents. It could either be by verbally or via WhatsApp. But if parents don't have a phone or an email address, they will not be able to use the app because it's a mobile phone app. Okay. And then Noxie is saying, thank you. Does the app generate monthly fee statements for individual or parents? You can download an income report under my tools, and then you select reporting. That is where you're going to get all the reports that have to do with your center, depending on the information that you have recorded. And then Christiane is asking, do you funding educate with things, or can you help me? Christiane, unfortunately, Grow ECD, we do not do any fundings or donations. And then Mfundo is asking, can I use a different phone from my main phone? Yes, you can. So in a case where you yourself as the owner also have a principal that would like to use the Giraffe app, they can use the Giraffe app. So you can have two people that are using the same app, which is Giraffe, and using the same login details. So you as the ECD owner, you are the one that will need to share the login details with your teacher, with your principal, so that the principal can do admin side of things. So getting back to our agenda, the last part that we need to cover is how to graduate a class and marking learners as left. So something that I would like to say before we start this, that's very important. So when you're graduating learners, you have to graduate the entire class. So you can't graduate individual learners. So let's say if you have a group of learners that will be going now to school, to grade R, you need to graduate that entire class of learners. Then if you've got a class where maybe 5 out of 15 learners will be the only ones that will be graduating, so what you need to do is you need to mark those learners as left. So to mark learners as left, I'll start with that. What you do is you select my learners, view learner. I'm going to select view all, where I'm going to see all my learners in the center that are active. So to mark a learner as left, you select the name of the learner. So where it says mark as left in red, that is where you click. And then we have given you the most relevant or the most possible reasons why you mark a learner as left. If your response is not on the listed ones, all you need to do is you must just select other, and then you can type why are you marking this learner as left. Okay. Once you've done that, you then select next. You'll then get a confirmation window. Are you to please confirm the learner is leaving grow with your center, and then you can select the calendar icon to select the date that the learner has left. I'll say it's today because I've just enrolled this learner. And then you need to read where it says, I confirm the learner has left or will be leaving and should be removed from the attendance tracker from the day I have entered above. And then you select and then you confirm. So that is how you mark a learner as left. Let's say this learner comes back and now you need to reinstall them or you need to reactivate them because they've left your center. So to do that, you click my learners, you click view learner, where it says I want to search an individual learner. You will type the learner's name, and then you select next. As you can see, the learner's status is marked with an L, meaning that the learner has left. But now I want to reactivate, or I want to reinstate that learner. I will select the learner's name, where reactivate in red is, I will select, and then my learner will have been successfully reactivated. So to show you, you go back on the search tab, and then you have typed the learner's name, and then you select next. And now you can see the learner's status is now active. It's no longer marked with an L, meaning that they've left. So that's how you mark a learner as left and reactivating them. So if you have learners that are graduating in one class, this is the best that you could do, where you could mark them as left, or you could update. Let me just move back. You could update and click on my school, where you could add a class and name that class graduates, and then go on update class, where you select the class that the learners are in, and then you select next. And then you can move the learners individually, as I've showed you how to move a learner from one class to the other. Then you could move them to the graduates class, and then you can graduate that entire class. So I want to show you now how to graduate a class. So to graduate a class, you select my school, select update class. You select the class that you want to graduate. And then you select move entire class. And then you're going to select graduated, sorry. And then you select next. And then you're gonna get the confirmation window that you are moving the entire class to graduated. And then you select confirm. And then your learners or your class would have been successfully graduated. So that's how you graduate a class. And I'm sure in most everyone, this is something that, or this is a feature that you're going to use this December or early January, where you're trying to clean your app and removing learners that have left your center. So you're marking them as left, and you are graduating a class, all those learners that are not going to come back to the center. So that is how you graduate a class and move your learners, or move them to mark them as left. So I'm going to go back on our chat to see any questions. So Pumla is asking, for how long do the learners stay on the system after they have been marked as left? So after the learners have been marked as left, they will stay on dormant, meaning that they will be on your school's profile, but there will be like you will not be able to view them when you mark learner attendance. You won't be able to view them when you mark learner assessment and when you do when you're capturing school fees. But if you want to reinstate them, you'll be able to do that because they are left on dormant. But if you have graduated them, they are removed completely from your center profile, so you won't be able to view them. So they stay on the learners on your center's profile. So there isn't any time frame for that. I see Nomfundo, you are muted. Do you have a question? Okay. Is there anyone that has any questions? We still have 8 minutes, and I would like us to use the time to open any questions that you may have, because this is the last app support that you're going to have for year 2023.
Hi, Nosipho.
Hi, Nomfundo.
Yeah, so thank you for the training. A friend introduced me to Grow. Then I downloaded the app, but for some reason I got not to use it frequently, since I only registered few of the learners, but I never kept the app active. Plan is that I want to be active more 2024. Ne?
Okay.
So I even missed the training that was in East London. How are we going to know when Grow staff comes for training in your province? Because there's one I saw for Gqeberha.
Yes, the one that's next year.
Yes, next year. How are we going to know, for instance, when you guys come in my province? Because I'm in Umtata, not far from East London. I can go down to East London and attend. The WhatsApp group
Mhm.
Is it the only WhatsApp that you guys have to communicate with us so that I don't miss that training? Because I'm really interested to use Grow. Due to the question that I asked, I am the principal in the center.
Mhm.
I have teachers that are working in the center. So this one is a foreigner. I
Mhm.
cannot register her in any other institution like Grow that can assist her with trainings. So I want her to benefit also,
You
because there's
can
another.
register her. Which trainings were you referring to? Because you can add her as a staff member. Where
Okay,
it says ID number, you're going to enter her passport number. So
okay,
where the ID number field is, it does not limit you for you to only enter an ID number. That's a field as well to enter the passport number. And
okay,
once you've added her, she'll be able to have access to the Meerkat app, where she'll be able to use the data-free online courses that we do have available, and she'll get a certificate of completion that she has completed a
oh,
certain course at the end. So, like, we're not limited to it's only desired for only South African users.
oh, okay.
Yes,
For as
and
long as her
then
passport is active.
yes, as long as we've got the passport number for
Passport
you to
number.
register
Oh,
her, and then
okay,
she can have access to the Meerkat app. And to
okay,
coming to your question where you asked regarding communication, all our communications, we send messages on the WhatsApp groups and on our website and our social platforms, which is our Facebook page. So that's where
okay.
you make any communication. So you are on the Eastern Cape WhatsApp group, aren't you?
Yes, I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether the one I'm in is is the Eastern Cape. I'm not sure.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the help desk
Oh,
WhatsApp
okay, yeah,
number,
because this one it
and then you
says
can
grow.
send me. It says,
It says grow in the Eastern Cape.
yes, that's the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So all our
All right.
communication, we make sure prior the time that
Okay.
we share information so that you are able to be on the loop on what's going on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much,
It's a
Nosipho. I think,
pleasure.
yeah, I think I'm fine.
Okay, but I have left the help desk WhatsApp number and email address. So should anyone, this doesn't only comply to Nomfundo, anyone that may have any questions or something pops up at a later stage, please do send a message so that I'll be able to assist. And one last thing before I go back to the messages, we have shared. I will try. Let me just unshare so that I can show you. We have shared a message on our groups where we have a free trial. But now it's late because it ended on the 1st of December, where you could register for the free trial for the online curriculum. We also have a discounted price, which is 750, where you could apply for the online curriculum, which will be for the entire term for your center. And your teachers in the center are able as well to utilize the online curriculum, which is very helpful. So this discounted price, normally it costs 1,000 rand for the term, but the discounted price is 750, and that ends on the 8th, which is tomorrow. Okay, let me just share my screen. So this is what I'm talking about. please do visit our website so that you'll be able to read more regarding the online curriculum. So this offer has expired, but this one ends tomorrow, which is the 8th. As you can see over here, this is where to access this, you will access it under the resources, under Grow Academy, where you'll be able to get the online curriculum for the term. So each term, it's 1,000 Rand. So we've got a discounted price of 750 for term 1, and that discounted special or that discounted rate, the date ends tomorrow. Otherwise, the normal price is 1,000 or it's 4,000 Rand to get the curriculum for the year. Now I'd like to go back to the questions so that I've answered everyone. So Christian is asking, when are other trainings? All other trainings that you may have may be online app support, which is today's session, or webinars. We share them on our WhatsApp group, on our WhatsApp and our WhatsApp groups. Can people from Mpumalanga also join the business training in Johannesburg, or is it only for that province? Yes, once all the dates for the next accelerator programs, they are made available on our website. So it's also advisable that you go on our website. Let me just share the link for the I'm interested to the ECD Small Business Accelerator course for next year. Then you could apply so long. Okay, I've shared the link. So you could apply so long, and once the date has been set, then we'll make communication to you. So Rachel is asking, good day, everyone. I would like to wish you, oh, she's wishing us a wonderful festive season. Please may I ask if anything will change if my cell phone changes? No, nothing will change. All you need to do is you just need to re-download to the new phone, and then you use the same login details that we're using. Okay, so Pumla is saying she can't access the curriculum under my tools. The reason is the curriculum is what I've just explained now. Curriculum, it's a service that you pay for. So it's what I was explaining now, that it's 750, and that is the discounted price. But after tomorrow, which is the 8th, it will be 1,000 Rand for the term. Are there any certificates on my tools app? Genevieve is asking, each and every time you finish a course, you are able to download that course, that's a certificate of completion, and print it. So I hope I've answered you, Cristiano, in regards to why is the online curriculum grayed out on your app. So what is covered on the accelerator course, you are taught on how to conduct your business, your ECD center as a business. There's a lot of information and help that you get on things that you learn, personal leadership, how to manage your money, how to run your preschool like a business, how to achieve stability, how to work smarter using technology, and how to access the ECD finance to grow your business. So it's information that is important that could help you as the ECD owner. So I've also shared on the chat box, I've also shared things that you learn on the accelerator program. Okay, I'm sorry for taking 4 minutes of your time. The session was up until 1 o'clock, but I feel that the information that has been shared, it's very important and is useful. So I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone that has joined today. Enjoy the rest of your day further. Enjoy the festive season. Stay safe. And then we will communicate again in year 2024. And I will be making contact on any app supports that you're going to have that time. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the day further. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.